Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Adam's wild journey to France. Rushes to Victor with bad news. The Young and the Restless. Y&R. Spoilers reveal that a party crasher is about to shake things up. Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, wasn't invited to Aristotle Dumas. Billy Flynn, shady shindig, but he'll still end up going on a wild journey to France. A new behind-the-scenes video offers a glimpse at some upcoming Y&R scenes involving Adam's urgent mission. It turns out frantic Adam will head to Nice and find a way to climb aboard Dumas' train. When a disheveled Adam drags himself in all out of breath, it'll give Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, and Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, quite a shock. Nick will wonder how Adam even got up the mountain and will point out that everything's close. Adam will admit it wasn't easy and will prepare to share the reason he's traveled so far. According to Mark Grossman, in that behind-the-scenes video we mentioned, Adam has found out some things about Aristotle Dumas and will go to damn near the ends of the earth to share important info with his family. Of course, that makes it sound like Adam has figured out Dumas' real identity. Since Victor has been unreachable due to lack of cell service on Dumas' estate, Adam will decide to offer updates in person. And you're not gonna like it, Pop. You're not gonna like it one bit, Adam says in the clip. Assuming Adam's news does involve Dumas' true identity, it'll come too late. Adam might blurt out that Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, is the man behind the mystery. But Victor, Nikki, and Nick may insist they already knew that. Since Adam won't arrive until after Dumas is exposed as Kane, he'll realize he's actually a few steps behind. This may turn into a comical situation where Adam's been through a terrible ordeal trying to get up this mountain for no reason. Victor might even confess he suspected Kane was Dumas before the big reveal and leave Adam feeling deflated. In other words, Adam's trip will be pretty pointless in the end. Even so, it'll be fun to see Adam joining the festivities and helping Victor stand against Kane in the feud ahead. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Adam definitely has some exciting material coming up, so stay tuned. CDL will have other scorching Young and the Restless spoilers, updates and news to check out, so drop by often for more Y&R details. The Genoa City skyline shimmered in the distance, but Adam Newman wasn't there to admire it. No, his thoughts were thousands of miles away. In the cobbled streets of Paris, the quiet cafes of Marseille, and most recently, in a dilapidated vineyard outside Bordeaux. The journey had been anything but smooth, but Adam knew one thing for certain. What he had uncovered in France could unravel the entire Newman dynasty. It began with a cryptic letter. It had arrived on expensive stationery, unsigned, and delivered by hand to Newman Enterprises. The message was simple but chilling. The truth about Victor lies buried in Saint-Emilion. Come alone. Time is running out. Adam had stared at the note, turning it over in his hand, reading it again and again. He didn't trust easily, especially not when it came to matters involving his father, Victor Newman. But something in the tone of that letter, it wasn't a threat. It was a warning. So he went. Chapter 1. A Flight to the Past. Adam's arrival in France wasn't exactly stealthy. He had barely passed through customs when he noticed the tail. A man in dark glasses, always just a few steps behind. Adam shook him in the alleyways of the 5th arrondissement, ducked into a church, and exited through the back. Whoever had sent the letter hadn't wanted him followed. That much was clear. The coordinates led him to Saint-Emilion, a sleepy village known more for its merlot than for family secrets. There, nestled between rows of grapevines, was a decrepit stone cottage. Inside, he met Claire Dubois, a former Newman Enterprises accountant who had disappeared years ago without a trace. Her hands trembled as she handed Adam a thick envelope. They buried more than just files, she whispered. Victor paid to keep it quiet, but it's not quiet anymore. Inside the envelope were photocopies of legal documents, transfer statements, old property deeds, a fake identity connected to Victor's time in France decades ago. But most damning of all, a birth certificate, a second child, a hidden heir, one Victor never told anyone about. Chapter 2. Blood and Wine. The revelation shook Adam. Another Newman. Why had Victor buried this? Was he protecting someone, or hiding something sinister? Adam demanded answers, but Claire refused to say more. "You shouldn't be here," she warned. "They're already watching." Before Adam could press further, gunshots rang out. A bullet shattered the window. Claire screamed. Adam grabbed the documents and ran, heart pounding as he darted between vineyards, ducking behind barrels and into the shadows. By the time he made it back to his hotel, the room had been ransacked. Someone had followed him. Someone knew what he had. He had no choice but to return to Genoa City. Chapter 3. Father and Son. Victor Newman sat behind his desk at Newman Towers, his expression unreadable as Adam barged in, hair tousled, shirt ripped from the vineyard chase. "Adam," he said, voice calm, almost amused. "You look like hell." "Good to see you too, Dad," Adam snapped, slamming the envelope down on the desk. "Care to explain this?" Victor opened the envelope slowly, his face hardening as he recognized the documents. For a moment, the mighty titan of industry looked small, vulnerable. "Where did you get this?" he asked quietly. "In a forgotten vineyard in France," Adam replied. "From a woman who used to work for you, Claire Dubois." Ring a bell. Victor didn't respond right away. Then he stood, walked to the window, and stared out at the city. "I was a different man back then," he began. "Ruthless. I made enemies, cut corners. I did things I'm not proud of. There was a woman. Her name was Genevieve." Adam stiffened. "She was pregnant when I left. I never knew what happened to the child." Adam's voice was low. "You never checked." Victor turned, his eyes glistening, not with tears, but with unspoken pain. "I couldn't. I told myself it was better that way, that it was too late. I buried it, Adam, because if I didn't, I'd never stop looking." Chapter 4. The Forgotten Hair. Adam didn't know how to respond. For once, Victor seemed almost human. But that didn't change the facts. Someone out there, his brother or sister, had grown up without knowing their true identity, without the privileges or curses of the Newman name. And now someone was trying very hard to keep that truth buried. "Someone shot at me, Dad," Adam said. "Someone doesn't want this coming to light." Victor's face hardened. "Then we find them first." Adam blinked. "We?" Victor nodded. "You're my son, Adam. If there's another out there, we bring them into the family. On our terms." Chapter 5. Shadows in Genoa City. Back in Genoa City, whispers spread like wildfire. Adam's unexpected return, Victor's sudden reclusiveness, and a surge of unusual activity from Newman's legal department had everyone talking. Nicky demanded answers, Nick grew suspicious, and Victoria, ever the strategist, started digging into old Newman archives. Meanwhile, Adam and Victor worked in the shadows. Together, they followed the paper trail. It led them to a small, independent media company in New York, one secretly funded by an anonymous donor through offshore accounts. The CEO, Julian Marchand, age 38, French-American, adopted. Julian's records had been scrubbed clean, but Adam was certain. This was him, the missing Newman heir. But bringing Julian into the fold wouldn't be easy. He was powerful, intelligent, and deeply skeptical of strangers bearing gifts. A wildest journey of all.